So, hello, everybody. How are you today? Hope you all are having a fabulous Sunday evening at this point, depending on where you are, maybe the afternoon, but for me, it's the evening. So, it is the Demetra Kaye Show where we promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people, with the emphasis on even, because we are already dope, but we can be doper, right? So, anyway. I'd like to say a big giant thank you to the recovering Democrat Donovan Sadiq for being the co-host here as always on the Demetra Kaye Show, and to Marcus Guyton for everything he does behind the scenes on YouTube, not YouTube, but Facebook, to make the show go further. And then how can I forget YouTube and Facebook, the other side of the conversation? This is probably one of the only shows that reads each and every comment, because we feel like you should be heard and not just seen and listen to me and Donovan yammer on. So anyway, today we are going to be talking about our businesses, supporting our stuff, Black-owned businesses. We talked about this last Sunday when Donovan was away at a funeral of his dear friend, unfortunately. So condolences are in order. But we talked about, since Black Friday was coming up, that we should talk about our businesses, Black businesses, and give them some shine. And so we're going to do that today. So of course, if you have a Black business or you know of somebody with a Black business, put it in the comment section along with the link. So everybody who is watching now, I will say this just to make things easier. I'm going to put the links and stuff up on the screen, but most of the people watch on YouTube. So you can watch it for wherever you want. I will put the link up. I don't know if you could copy it some way. I don't know, but you can always go on YouTube or Facebook on my page, Demetra Kaye, to find the links if it's something you see that you are interested in. And so we are going to talk about Black businesses again. Tell a friend and bring your businesses so we can put it up. Now, I will say this in advance. If we get a lot of Black businesses and stuff on the comment section, I may not be able to get to all the comments, but I will promise to read at least one or two or three of everybody's comment on there. I hope that is helpful. So Donovan, what say you before we get started?
Well, what I'd like to say is thank you guys for all the people that emailed me and messaged me about my friend. She was only 2 years older than me. And, isn't it funny how we have to realize now we're a little bit past middle age. So, I mean, depending on, well, not you, but any way that we've lived our lifestyle, because some of you guys out there have burned the candles on both ends, and now you're paying the price. Unfortunately, she died of a cancer-related illness, and went to high school with her in Japan. And it was good to see a lot of us get together and be there for her. Her family was like shocked, like, oh, all you people went to high school together. And there was like a bunch of us there to support her and her son, who's going to be carrying on and doing all the other good stuff. And I also want to thank Demetra Kaye for letting me eat the turkey leg on Thursday. I appreciate it. We didn't have to fight over it. It was good to go. So. And real quick, for those of you guys, if you're in the chat, our friend Anita, she is in Africa as we speak, and she will probably be fighting and scratching not to leave.
Yes, indeed. So let me go ahead and get to the comments right now, and that way we can get started. So Moni, what is going on? I see you were here at 4:27, because you're an hour ahead of us. You say much Detroit love, and we appreciate that. You also say, I wish you would let us know about the Tuesday and Fridays. I don't know if you were on Tuesday this week. Much Detroit love. So we have stopped the Tuesdays and Fridays shows just really because it's we be having a whole lot of other stuff to do, and it's not really how can I say this without sounding like weird about it, Donovan?
Well, basically, to do a program like we do, to do the several programs, it takes a lot of resources and things to do it, to put it together and stuff. So I'm fighting corruption in my city. Demetra's doing other projects that she has to do. So it takes a lot. And it's just that if it doesn't make money, it doesn't make sense in the aspect of, productivity, basically.
And so we do appreciate those of you all who are channel members and who do contribute to the channel. It is very helpful. But like Donovan said, it just has to make sense to be on here 2 and 3 hours a day, because it takes us away from other things. But, like I said, we may come back on one of those days when things slow down, and, here and there when certain things happen, like breaking news or something. So I hope that helps, Moni. And Gilvetta, how you doing? He says, good evening, Demetra Kaye from the ATL at 5:35. So I believe that was 4:35 our time. Anita, how you doing? Says greetings, Demetra and Donovan, all the way from Sierra Leone. You were supposed to take us with you. What happened? But enjoy your visit. Thunder, how you doing? Says I heard about a new grocery store in Houston. I can't wait. I've been slowly working my money back into the community where I can, and this will be an opportunity to do more of that Black First family. Yes, indeed. That is the goal. And Honeydew, how you doing? Say Demetra and chat, I'm ready to listen. And Robin, hey, Tawana, what's going on? Tracy, Anastasia, how you doing? Says salutations, beloved. Yes, indeed. And if you guys are on Facebook and you guys see this in a wherever you're at, click on the link if you want me to read your comment, if you have one. Olivia, how you doing? I'm glad you're here to hold Donovan accountable because he's been off the chain lately. You say hello, Demetra.
No. And Olivia, I saw your thing on Instagram and stuff. So I just saw it earlier today. So I got your message. Everything's good. She cursed me out, y'all. She cursed me out. No.
You say my Donovan is in the room. Good to see you. And Don, how you doing? He says, hey, Demetra and Donovan. And Anastasia says, check out the apps. Okra, Eat Okra and Modern Green Book. Okay, so let me go ahead and put that up. So you guys can see that. Hopefully everybody can see that. So this is an app. I'm assuming it is Black owned, and it says Eat Okra and Modern Green Book. Okay, so y'all check that out. And Olivia says hello, chat. And Joel, how you doing? Says the only way for our people businesses to be successful is to get these heathen businesses out of our neighborhoods first, then we will be successful. So you are absolutely right about that. We need to, stop supporting other businesses that don't support us, that just really set up in our neighborhoods and draw the resources out, right?
What? No, they have the best chicken. I'm still going to go and support that place. That's why I get my nails done at a discount. Y'all ain't going to tell me.
Honeydew says, I'm very, very sorry for your loss, Donovan. Yes, indeed. And Aaron, how you doing? He says, let's see. Wenji, I hope I said that right, apparel. And then you guys too, if you want to put the link up, and just a tiny description of what it is and what it's about, so that way I can better relay that, because we want to get the businesses, business and money and all that, to circulate Black dollars. Now, I want to say this too. I meant to put this disclaimer at the beginning. I or Donovan or the Demetra Kaye Show are not responsible for what transpires through any transaction that you guys have. We are just putting these businesses up and in hopes that you will patronize these businesses and circulate Black dollars. As you guys know, it is Christmas season. Black Friday just happened, where a lot of elbows were thrown over merchandise and all of that. And we as Black people are the largest consumers in America, being that we give most of it, right? 97% of $1.3 trillion to everybody else, and only really keep 3% of that. And so I say all that to say, on this Black Friday and all the way up until Christmas and probably after, because they have sales then too, we're going to give a lot of our money to people who do not look like us. And so we want to take this particular day to give back money to our people. So I hope that helps. And Thunder, thank you so much for the $10 donation. I really love and appreciate it.
That's basically public domain advertising. So for the disclaimer, public domain advertising. So
yes, indeed. And let's see here. And Anastasia says, you are grown and got stuff to do. Who's paying you to do this? Well, I'm glad you said that. We love doing it. We don't really do it for the money. I want to say that. But, it does become time consuming, and it takes, because it not only are we just here for 2 to 3 hours, but there's some preparation that goes into it. I don't just wake up and say, all right, let's go push the button. I got to do a little research and kind of figure out what I'm going to talk about. So it does become.
Yeah, it isn't like the Kevin Samuels things where she's showing cleavage and stuff. Oh, I just got out of the shower and I'm looking for.
No. So it takes a little bit more time than the time we're on here, but I thank you for understanding. And Donnie says,
and also, we have other projects that we want to do that we think is going to be beneficial to the community that we're working on as well, which is taking some time away from us as we've got to formulate that.
Absolutely. And Don, you say, my company's name is Clean Tech Environmental Sustainable Systems and Solutions. So again, if you don't mind telling us what that's about, I would love to, read it to everybody. So we'll make sure people give you the business. But it sounds like you have some sort of I don't want to call it sanitation, because sanitation is a wide open definition. But if you could please enlighten us a little bit more, I would greatly appreciate it. And Eli, how are you doing? And Bobby, what's going on? He says, limited resources and bandwidth, understood, preparation is a must. Yes, indeed. So I'm glad you guys are understanding that. And Anastasia says, doing these shows are mentally draining as well. And we all need to take care of our own mental health in order to help others. And that is another point too. Just doing a lot of these stories, sometimes it's a doozy because, especially the stories I do on other channels like the African Diaspora News channel, a lot of them are very heartbreaking and horrific. And so, I hope you guys, I'm glad that you guys understand rather. And so let me get back to where I was. Let's see here. I saw somebody put up a link and I want to make sure that I get it. Tamika, what's going on with you? So this is my friend and her nephew, Scoop Era. His name is Jeremy. He has an IG, and I believe it is under the same name, Scoop Era. And this is his location. He is in Chicago. He has a very unique clothing brand, started from the ground up. Just recently opened his, I guess you call it the flagship store there in Chicago on Morgan Street, North Morgan. So you guys, please click on the links if you're on Facebook, or go to his Instagram. And I believe he also has a Facebook, if I'm not mistaken, Tamika. And look him up. He's a young guy. He started a clothing line. It's very nice at the times that I've gone, which is a good thing. To the internet, it was sold out. So that's how much in demand his products are. I know that quite a few celebrities do wear his stuff. And so check him out, you guys. It's another Black-owned business of one of our young people who are starting off in business and trying to make it for themselves. So that is awesome. And Frank, how you doing? Says Malik Shabazz, Natural Causes. So what you talking about? Malcolm X's daughter?
Yeah, Malcolm X's daughter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't think that's her name. It's probably close, but yeah. So she died of natural causes. She was 56 years old, very young. They found her in her apartment, deceased. So very sad. And Dead Trek King Games. I hope I said that right. I'm gonna call you King Games. How you doing? Says, let's see here. Says Fresh Start Developmental. Can I read? And Fine Arts Center in South Houston area. Black-owned daycare. Support. All right. So if you all are looking for a daycare center in Houston, it is Black-owned, or you know somebody who's looking for a daycare center, and that is Black-owned. There you have it. Fresh Start Developmental and Fine Arts Center. As you guys all know, if you're working, it's just a fact of life, especially if both parents are working. You have to put your kids somewhere. And so why not put them somewhere where you know that they'll be looked after, especially by their people, right? A lot of times we send our kids to schools and institutions that do not reflect them. And so sending your kid to a Black daycare would definitely help them as far as with image, because they see somebody and they relate to somebody who is relatable to them. And that means somebody who was Black like them. So you guys, if you're in need of a daycare, check that out. And Olivia, you say, yes, I send my condolences as well. I know that death with anyone that's close really hurts, no matter if it's family or friend. The death had him crazy. He walked an imaginary dog. Oh, wow. Yeah, death is it's especially if it's somebody close to you, it's sometimes hard to get your mind around.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, with these COVID variants going on, I mean, you don't know how bad it's going to get. Not that I'm saying that, but people are dropping and falling for whatever reasons. Yeah.
Yep. And Thunder, again, thank you. Says we miss you guys. Welcome back, and let's start the show off right. Yes, indeed. And Olivia said, I love you, Donovan. You're pure, and no, I haven't cussed him out yet. He's long overdue, though. He's due for a tighten up. And Honeydew says, I know Donovan been off the chain lately because he left the chain here. Where am I mailing this chain back to him? And Marty says, I'm loving looking at my gorgeous Donovan. Hope you're feeling well. I miss you. I love seeing my gorgeous brown sugar for this evening. Says Demetra. It's snow in Michigan, then goes back to warm. Yeah, it's cold here in Houston. It's like in the 50s. So, yeah, it's cold, but I like it. When you get older, you ain't trying to do all that heat like that. And Jamarcus, how you doing? And Joel, thank you so much. He says, y'all better start donating to this great show. Love my Israelite brothers and sisters. Yes. So, every donation helps, and we do appreciate that. We have I should put it up here so y'all can see it. We do have a Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. And then you can become a channel member and donate through the super chat, whichever is easier for you. We appreciate all of it. And Reggie, how you doing? You were saying hello to Anita. And you said greetings, global Black family. Yes, indeed. Monet, what's going on with you? And Donovan wants to know how was you guys' turkey day? And Uncle G, how you doing? He says, let's put this here. The Baker's Oven sweet potato pies. Okay. Well, where is it? So if you guys could put in the comment section where it is and how we can find it, that would be so like dope. So because we really want to be able to give our money, you know, and if you don't live near, maybe you can do business online, right? So put
objection, objection, Uncle G, objection. If you're making sweet potato pies, Patty ain't gonna get her money.
That's Walmart money, okay? And Olivia says just a shot at the IG pitch that he posted about walking the dog, but all you see is his face. Trust and know that I understand that hurt. Just want to see his smile. Oh, Donovan, why don't you show us all 26 of your teeth? Because I know a few of them. I'm just playing.
All veneered. All veneered.
I'm just kidding. Easy, how you doing? It says, hello, D. Donovan. Has your schedule changed? What days are you on now, D? Looking fabulous. I appreciate that. So we were on, originally Thursdays and Fridays, but then we changed it to the Fridays and Tuesdays, but we just kind of dialed it back a little bit for time sake. But we are always on Sundays at 5 p.m. Central Time.
And then, you know, kind of to help you guys out, what we're going to start doing, my podcast, you can go on any podcast thing, just look up Donovan Siddiq Show. But Demetra is going to kind of supplement that a little bit easier by doing a podcast as well in regards to some of the videos that she's doing. So hopefully you guys can check those things out in conjunction to what we're doing.
Yes, indeed. And Michael, how you doing? It says Bangin 832 Radio at www.bangin832.com. R&B and hip hop past and present. You also say it's explicit after 5:30 p.m. Central Time. You also say salute to y'all, fam. Yes, indeed.
So I have a question. So, Mr. McQuarn, you said explicit after, is it like BET after midnight, like type explicit?
It's basically saying if you are not an adult, do not take yourself over there, okay?
Okay, so basically he's dropping the NWA, you know.
You have to go check it out. You have to go and check it out. So you guys, if you're looking for someone to listen to R&B and hip hop, past and present, go ahead and check out Bangin 832 Radio. So thank you for that. And Mona says, to make sure, Demetra, you look so well rested and super hydrated, just like you went through alpha hydraulic lipo acid on your skin, which is lovely and refreshing. Your shirt is pretty purple. It looks good. Thank you so much. It's just really some shea butter and cocoa butter. You guys know when it gets winter, your skin dries out. So I have to do a lot to make sure that doesn't happen. But thank you. And Eli says, I'm off from school tomorrow again. I go back Tuesday. Well, enjoy while you can. And Moni says, let me something shirt. Demetra, it's probably a typo on your end. Says Demetra will look good with that same color lipstick. I think that would be in some bronze and burnt orange. You got the perfect skin tone for it. Let's do something on beauty. I keep saying we're gonna do something on beauty. Maybe I do it just like a video. I don't know, maybe a live, but purple lipstick. And let's see here. And Tamika says in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. So Scoop Era is in the West Loop, downtown Chicago, y'all. Y'all go to Chicago, especially in that area. Make your way down to Scoop Era and check out all the lovely merchandise there. Again, young man Jeremy, her nephew, started from the ground up and built something. Is building something really wonderful. Like I said, a lot of people are in support of his products, and so check it out, you guys.
See, and here's the thing about Black businesses too. If we don't support our own, this is why a lot of businesses fail, because we, you know, it's hard. Number one, it's hard to deal with the corporations because of the COVID. The only people that really made a lot of money are these major corporations. So a lot of businesses, Black, white, Asian, whatever, basically closed down. So it's obvious the Democratic Party ain't going to do nothing for us. So we have to start supporting our own. I mean, you know, in a real way.
Yes, indeed. And Honeydew says, what part of Chicago is that? So I hope you can see it here. It's in the West Loop, downtown Chicago. And you're welcome, Tamika. And Thunder says that purple shirt really looks nice. So you know what? I got this from the thrift store a couple of weeks ago. saw it and I liked it. It's actually it's a long shirt. It's could be like a dress, I guess, if you want. But I was advise anybody wear some leggings or something under it. But thank y'all so much. And Frank, all right. So let me put your stuff up here. And you said at Frank 479 Street Art, Poughkeepsie, New York waterfront. And so Frank is an artist and he has a lot of great pieces. We always like to, buy things for our home and our walls and stuff. So why not buy a nice piece of Black owned art that you can, put up, and it could be a conversation piece, and you get to most importantly say, this was drawn by a Black artist. So check him out. And so Frank, I believe we can find your stuff on Facebook, and it's at Frank479. Is that your IG? Tell us where else we can find your beautiful artwork. Anais, how you doing?
Right. And a real quick story, when Demetra was here during Thanksgiving, she happened to walk into my house and saw a portrait that was drawn by my niece.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. I think she did some enhancements to make Donovan look a lot better, though. No, very nice, though. Very talented girl. And Donovan put her stuff up too in the comment section, so we could talk about her stuff as well.
I don't know what her stuff is.
Oh, okay. Well, you got some time to figure it out. And Kubler, how you doing? Says trying to get my CDL. Any Black-owned trucking school, preferably one longer than 4 weeks. So I will put this up. I do know that T, you guys see her as T on Facebook, Tamika. She knows a lot about the trucking industry. So maybe if she's on here, she could maybe put some, I don't know, Black owned trucking schools or somewhere that you can go to help you get your CDL. So we'll see.
And by the way, in the infrastructure bill, a lot of money was directed toward truck drivers and their pay. So if you are looking to go into that field, that is right now the field to get into, so they can move all that stuff. So
yeah, I just heard a whole bunch of sirens outside. I was like, what's going on? And Biscuit, how you doing? It says, wow, nobody talking about the Black couple in Florida. A hospital took their baby organs and brains and eyes. Why all Black media ducking the story? Well, admittedly, this is the first that I have heard of it. So I will definitely look that up. I did not know that. That is very horrific. So yes, indeed, we need to highlight that story. And I am actually going to write that down so that I don't forget. But this is the first that I heard of it. And you're right. In the Black media, make sure that we talk about it.
Yeah, if you go on YouTube, some people are covering it. The new Black media, we are covering it. It's just that, and I'm not saying this to be like facetious or to be disrespectful, but we have young girls being snatched. In this situation with the young baby, young man being caught up in a gym mat. We got all of these stories. And what I'm saying is, it's almost normal now to just abuse and kill and murder Black people, because I'm telling you, the white supremacists, they're on a rampage right now. They're on a rampage, but yet, and I don't want to take this too much away. How many of you guys saw the Arbery?
Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah, Ahmaud Arbery situation. Yes, they got justice or whatever. And the first thing that the father said, have you guys noticed this? Whenever Ben Crump has somebody, the first thing that the father said was, this isn't about white versus Black and all this. I don't want nobody. And I'm not trying to make fun of them. Okay, then what is it about when three white people can hunt you down?
Right.
And then the first thing is religion. Do you see there's a pattern here? And I kind of noticed it. And I just kind of want to know if anybody in the comments noticed it as well. When are we going to have the unapologetic person that says, you know what, to hell with this. It's on and popping. I'm not saying to do that, but what I'm saying is to be more vocal, other than turning to religion and say, well, it's all good. It seems like as soon as they cut the check.
Right. So what we're going to do, we want to keep along with this Black owned business thing, promoting that. And we'll talk about everything else toward the end, but I just don't want to get too derailed, because it's important that we circulate Black dollars, because the circulation of Black dollars and us building our own communities and hospitals and schools and, all of that, that's really going to solve a lot of the issues that we are having. So let's try to talk about more Black businesses if we can. And Eli says, I'm excited for Hanukkah tomorrow. Okay. And Moni says, I love how you're promoting everybody. Thank you so much, Demetra. This is what uniting our beautiful communities together. We don't all have to live in the same state, but for those as in the state, that states that do business, I think you meant. But yeah, I mean, we need to do that more often. Talk about the things that we have, right? Because there's a lot of Black people with Black businesses, but unfortunately, we're not all together. But you can still buy stuff online, so that's a good thing. And it's not just Black. Let's see here. Put this up here. It says Black Cosmos, Afrocentric apparel for men and women, and the quality is amazing. He's a young active duty soldier and made his own clothing line. He also has a YouTube channel called I Leap Clog Series. Okay, cool. So we'll leave that up there. But again, if you guys are looking for some apparel, and listen, Black people always buying clothing. Why not buy it from ourselves, right? Let's stop making excuses and at least buy something from ourselves. Warrior Scholar, how you doing? He says, we need the sun to be out, though. We haven't seen the sun for several consecutive days down in H-Town. Yes. Well, I was in California from Monday through Friday morning, and it was sunny. Yes, indeed, it was sunny. Then I came back to Houston. I was like, back to this again, huh? So, yes, sun would be lovely because it is a little bit depressing. All right. And then, Frank, you say Mission Antiques, Riverside, California.
I know where that's at. My mom frequents that store when she's here.
Right. So he's in Riverside, California. The Mission Antiques, I know what that is. Was down the street from where I used to live. You say booth 567. And so if you are there when I get back, I know I was supposed to meet up with you, but I was busy. I will come back that way in the near future, and I will come and see you. And so, Jafia, how you doing? It says, hey, Dee and Donovan, happy holidays, everybody. Yes, indeed, it is holiday season, which is why we're here. If you're going to spend some money with your folks. Good morning, says Demetra. I've heard all the news stations say that Malcolm X's daughter died by suicide. I find it bizarre that the minute the killers were released and exonerated, that's when she comes up dead. And so, yeah, a lot of people have kind of said what's really going on here. Is it a distraction? It's a lot of theories out there. Nevertheless, she is no longer here, and it is very sad and unfortunate. But yes, the men that were accused of killing her father were exonerated after all of these years. So anyway, Thunder says, thick skin, Black owned. Let's put this here. So thick skin, Black owned protective clothing apparel company, protective apparel for the whole family, man and women and child. So if you guys are looking for some protective apparel, so I don't know what kind that is. Is that like rain gear? Like what kind of protective apparel is it? So thick skin, I like the way it's spelled. You guys can see that. I'm hoping that they have a website or some sort of a Facebook or Instagram. Check it out and see if that's something that you can use or somebody can use that. And Olivia says, natural causes is questionable too. In my book, heart attacks are considered natural cause, but something actually causes that, including shock, surprises. Not saying this is the case though. Well, you guys know anything is possible in this country, right? We don't rule anything out because you just never know, right? And Frank says, back to the grind cafe in Riverside, California, Black owned. Yes, you guys are in Riverside, California. It is on Mission Inn. I think it's on Mission Inn or University, one of the two. It's the street over from each other. But I've actually been to Back to the Grind quite a few times, and it is Black owned. Great coffee, great ambiance. The inside it's just amazing. If you want to just go and sit and read or meet somebody and have a nice conversation, cup of coffee, and they do serve vegan food as well. They got the best vegan donuts there. So yes, Back to the Grind is a coffee house in Riverside, California, near the historical Mission Inn. And Michael says, yes, it's uncut. Make the kids go play. So he's saying that the radio station, I believe it was 832 radio, if I'm not mistaken, is not for children after 5:30 Central Time. So please do not listen with the children. If you do, that's on you. You've been warned. Rayshawn, how you doing? It says, hello, Queen Demetra, Brother Don, and Room. And Olivia says, all right, Donovan. And Thunder says, Freedom Paper. Here we go. Freedom Paper Company for cleaning supplies and tissue paper. Yes, indeed. And I actually wanted to buy from them, but the shipping was almost as much as the paper. And so I guess you got to kind of live near them. And maybe when they get their, I don't know, maybe it's changed now, their distribution a little bit more affordable than I can buy from them. But it just economically didn't make a whole lot of sense. But I am aware of Freedom Paper Company. They've been around for quite a while. And so we use tissue and paper towels. And if you can afford it and the shipping is not too high for you, please go ahead and check them out. And Moni says, Donovan, tell us how your Thanksgiving weekend. Did you do any cooking with friends or family? I'm sorry you lost for your loss, but I am glad to see you, my sexy brown sugar.
Yes, I spent Thanksgiving with Demetra and her family. I sure did.
Yes, indeed. Yes, and he came over to my little brother's house, and we ate and we drank, and then he met us at my older brother's house, and we ate, and some people drank, and we had a blast. We really did. And he says purple lipstick is the best. I'll have to consider it. Bro, damn, how you doing? He says one love black first. Moni says, it says we are down in the 20s here in Michigan with literal snow on the actual ground, 2.5 inches and some more tonight, then warm back up to the 40s in the middle of the week. And I'm assuming 40s is hot for y'all, which I can imagine 40-degree weather every day. And 20s to 20s, And Don says we provide. Okay, so here's your about your company. He says we provide water purification system which dispenses 8.5 pH water and coffee systems. We don't have a site up, but we are in the San Francisco Bay Area. But I am doing a job in LA this week. Okay. So you guys check out Don's company. He is in San Francisco, and it looks like it's a purification system for water and coffee. It is very important to have alkaline water. I drink alkaline water, nothing but alkaline water. I don't do purified or any of that other stuff. It's always got to be alkaline water because it is better for your body. And Olivia says, Donovan brought up a great question on IG about the pandemic being blamed on Africa. I think we should discuss this, but there is a way for us to discuss this without any problems. Yeah, we can bring it up. I'm going to bring it up toward the end. You guys, please remind me, but I kind of want to keep it focused on Black businesses because we need to circulate Black dollars again. Circulating these Black dollars and building Black businesses and everything else that we don't have enough of is going to help us solve those problems, because if we were stable here as Black people, that we can help our brothers and sisters around the world and vice versa. We know that in South Africa, that 90% of the wealth is owned by 10% of the white people and anybody else that is there. 90% of Black people are in Africa and they own less than 10% of the wealth. And so if we continue to talk about circulating Black dollars here and abroad, then a lot of those problems will go away. Like we wouldn't be so under the rule and thumb of other entities. Does that make sense? And Eli says, where's Sunlight? That is a good question. Somebody get her in here.
She's on. I just saw her pop into the chat. So she's on.
Okay, good. So I'm going to get to that. And Frank, so you said that is your Instagram. Okay, cool. And Thunder says an article in the Black Enterprise in September 2021 said that thick skin has had a $400% rather increase in sales. Okay, so they are doing some big things. So I have to check them out. I've never heard of that company before, Thick Skin. And Moni says, Demetra and Donovan, can you give me your take on how everything will keep popping up with Africa in light of this virus? Now that they want to restrict flights there, but not through other states. You mean other states or other countries? Well, you guys know a lot of things were blamed on Black people, including AIDS. You guys remember where they blamed AIDS on Africans, if you will. And so we know that the virus did not originate in Africa. It is there like it is everywhere else. I mean, hell, there's some states in the United States that got it real bad. I think Michigan is one of them that's doing horribly. So, you know, of course, they like to highlight and blame Black people for the ills of the world, but we know that is not true. And so, you know, it is what it is as far as that. But again, let's start circulating these Black dollars. And Honeydew is saying, thanks, T. Matthews. Yes, indeed. And Olivia, you say, and I would like to share the new Black site that's like YouTube for us, and that's a Black Nation. Well, give us the name of it and all of that. I would love to put it up here because we need to start thinking about doing other stuff, right? And Moni says, like in other words, Donovan, Demetra, they're talking about more higher dose of this virus is coming to Michigan. Is now one of 3 high states as we speak, and yet you're talking about blocking only Africa. So I wish I would have read your comment, but yeah, you're absolutely right. And Biz Biscuit, he says, wow, nobody's talking about the Black couple in Florida. Yeah, so Yeah, I didn't know about it. So like I said, I will look into it and try to cover it if Brother Phil does not cover it, if he hasn't already, because Brother Phil is usually pretty on top of a lot of stuff that we don't see. So we'll see and make sure that it does at least get covered on the African Diaspora News Channel one way or another once we look into it. And King Gangs, he says, and we accept NCI. Okay. And Biscuit says, I'm hurting, bro. Well, I hope that you feel better. And if you're hurting in regards to that story, that does sound pretty horrific. And Jafia, you say in 2012, Hezdick Group were charged with organ harvesting. They were selling the organs out of Israel. Yeah, I mean, we've heard of that kind of stuff before. So it's not a secret, especially with Black people. They said all the Black women and children, just many Black men missing too. Where are they and what are they doing with those bodies? Right.
The Kanika Jenkins situation, the guy that owned that hotel, he was ambassador to Israel.
Right. And wasn't he accused of some organ harvesting and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, his organization, yeah. And then he became ambassador to Israel. And just like Jafia just said right there, you see the linking?
Right.
Just a coincidence, though.
Exactly. And Mona says, Donovan, can you load your information so I can get signed up to you and what days you'll be doing some of your broadcasts so I can sign up with you as well? Demetra, will you be doing a show Tuesday and Friday? Not scheduled, but we will try to every here and there try to do something a little bit more. I mean, I know we were used to doing 3 times, so we'll try to, do something. And I'll give you guys a heads up before we do. And Honey, do you say this is not the first time Florida found organless bodies? Yeah, and that's his name was Jordan. I can't think of his name, but I believe he was in Florida. The young man that was found rolled up in a gymnastic school. I believe that was Florida as well. And Olivia says, I'm going to start sending more frequently. Demetra, I've noticed that the Diaspora News have been covering stories late and we don't need that. So I'll do my part. I just don't want to be annoying. No. And you guys, I want to say this too. I'm not on social media as much. So I may not see a lot of messages either on Instagram or Facebook. And I really rarely go on Twitter. So forgive me if it seems like I'm not responding to your messages. It's just that I'm not on much. I'm trying to be away from social media as possible. But, as far as the stories on the African Diaspora News Channel getting covered late, it's not that we're purposely covering them late. It just they have to go through production and editing and things like that. So it's not like one of those sites that we could get to roll them out now. I will say, Brother Phil, he does when stories are popping, he does go on there, live or does a little snippet or something, try to do it in real time so that you guys can get the information. But just know that when we do cover the story, it's not necessarily just from a news point. We're also adding our own commentary. So that kind of makes it unique as well. But I understand what you're saying. And Anastasia says, yeah, he said that BS, all lives matter. And I was like, all lives wasn't killed. It was a Black life. So you talk about Ahmaud Arbery's father, which we never really saw much of until recently, right? So it's funny, they told him out to kind of quell, the storms and kind of do a little raccooning for everybody.
Yeah, but like I said, you got to watch them old niggas. I'm telling you.
And Donovan says, Gayleen Maxwell trial starts Monday. Epstein's ex-girlfriend and madam. Okay. Should be interesting. She's still here with us. And Marta says, you should try it out, Demetra. I think you will look wonderful. Take that same shirt and find a wonderful purple frost. It would look good on you and got beautiful skin and it's gorgeous. Try some frost. I'll think about it. I'm just trying to do more of a natural look lately. We'll see. And hello, sunlight. There you are. And Monty also say a simple help, Demetra. If you use avocado oil, grapeseed, and macadamia nut oil, or argan oil and castor oil, you can see these permanently all year round on your skin. Use them rather, because it doesn't leave it oily. Okay. I have mixed my shea butter with a whole bunch of those oils that you already mentioned. So, Miss Kay, how you doing? He said, this is all great information we need to support Black businesses. Thank you. Yes, that's what it's about. So I want to keep talking about them. So if you guys know of any businesses, go ahead and put them up. And Anastasia says, all lives didn't march for his son's death when he said God did this. And I'm like, why didn't God stop your son from being murdered worse than a dog? If they had, if they had done that to a dog, all of them would be. And he says, mad and all kind of laws against killing dogs would be passed. Oh, I forgot they did that already. Exactly. Yeah, I saw that. And I just really just tuned out. I'm like, that's nothing new. They always get one of us to get up there and turn the other cheek and try to tell people all lives matter. I mean, we've seen it with the Amber Geiger case where the family hugged her. And, oh, I wish she didn't have to go to jail after she mowed their brother down and their son down in cold blood. And so,
and speaking of her, she was denied for the second time.
As she should be. Do your time, sis. You did it. I mean, you got really a slap on the wrist for murdering a man who was eating ice cream and watching TV, right? So, I mean, do your time. And I'm sure white people will welcome you on to Fox News, just like Kyle Rittenhouse. It sounds like he's going to have an
give
interview.
You a medal and all this other stuff. See, and that's what kills me. I know we want to stay to the shopping thing, but that's what kills me. These people are on the war path, and they're telling you, we're going to kill you, we're going to give medals, we're going to, and just incite everybody. But what do our people say? Ooh, just pray on it, Lord. When we dead, we gonna get ours.
Yeah. So, it's nothing new. We need to stop doing that. Amoni says, I would love to do the end of the year going into New Year forecast on the Oriental astrology. Please let me know when you might be interested. I don't know. Are you guys interested in some astrology? I've never had a reading or anything like that done. I try not to go into those type of realms, if you will.
Wait, astrology, not Ouija boards or nothing like that,
right?
Right.
Okay, Tanaya,
you like Hellraiser and opened up some gates.
Yeah. How you doing, Tanaya? And Olivia says that was amazing. So good to have true friends like that. True family. Yes, indeed. So we hung out on Thanksgiving 2 times at my both brothers' houses. And Facts Not Feelings, how you doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day. He says, peace and love, fam. Olivia says, okay, and Warrior Scholar says, when people ask what's the solution, what are y'all doing right now is a solution. What you are doing right now is a solution. So this is what we should be doing most of the time. And, and I'm glad you said that because, yeah, I agree with you 100%. We could talk about all the problems, and we should. We should talk about the things that go on in our community, but we should also be a little bit more solution oriented because, if we don't have any actions, we're just talking. And everybody else knows that we're just talking. But if we do things like this, direct each other to Black businesses where we can spend Black dollars that we going to spend with everybody else, that is actually going to help us to build and be more productive as Black people, I would think. So thank you for pointing that out. And Anastasia says, and I'll put this up. So it says KM3KUS. Okay, wait a minute now. Customs, I think. KM3 Customs. I was about to read all the dang on letters. KM3 Customs. He said, and she's on all social media platforms. She makes amazing workout gear. Demetra, I'll send you the picture. Yes. You know what? I think, where's my phone? I saw that you were sending me something on my watch. I'm actually looking for workout gear because, I've been working out lately a lot. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's time to give up the t-shirts and the baggy sweats. So maybe I need to something a little bit more cute, if you will. So, Donovan, can you take over while I find these pictures and I can put them up?
Absolutely. So we left off at, let's see. I'm a little bit behind here. Loved it at the end of the year. Okay. Good evening. This is Tanaya Smith. Good evening, Demetra and Donovan. Good to see you. Olivia says, that was amazing. So good to have true family and friends. Okay. I'm way behind. Olivia says, sunlight is here. Sunlight, we're on the same page. Frank Allen says, we need a Black flea market. Don't we have some of those in Riverside in the Inland Empire? I think we do. They're small, but I think we do have them, like the food markets or something. Rayshawn Urban says, all viruses is man-made. Okay, all right. And Sunlight's talking to me. She says, Donovan, Steve, glad you ate with fam. I was going to FedEx you a plate. If not, you could always put it in the freezer. It'll be there when I get back from the freezer. So, yeah, Frank Allen, Black Flea Market, let's go.com. Let's go. Okay.
All right. Okay. So actually, before I shared that one, Anastasia, I actually want to share my own. How about that? So if you go to DemetraKaye.com, I have a consulting business where, and I'll read you here, where this is partially what's on my site. So it says, why Demetra Kaye Consulting? You only have about 20 seconds to keep your audience's attention. To do that, you must be fascinating. Demetra Kaye Consulting will help you become just that. Let's have a conversation now to see if we're a match. We'll spend some time together to learn if I can help you become more verbally and visually appealing and most definitely more fascinating to your audience. And so I probably should have took this down here. Let me stop this banner really quick so y'all can see. And I guess I need to stop that too. So y'all can see that. So yes, I have a consulting business, and it's simple, DemetraKaye.com, where you can contact me if you have a YouTube channel or podcast, or you want to do any type of public speaking. I don't care who it is or what it is. I've worked with professionals, from teachers to political candidates, to artists, models, different, just everybody who wants to be more verbally and visually appealing to their audience. And so again, contact me on DemetraKaye.com and you send me a message, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you to see if we're matched. And I'll say see if we're matched because you know, I believe the interview process is two ways. You are interviewing me, and I'm interviewing you to see if I want to work with you. So anyway,
right.
that's something you
fellas,
want to do.
She kind of has it like the Kevin Samuels thing. So
no,
I'm messing with it.
No. So again, you guys, if you're interested in that, DemetraKaye.com. Very simple. So all right, so let me go ahead. And
not only was I a member, I was a client.
Yes, Donovan was actually a client. I wanted to strangle him. I'm just kidding.
Let's say she got me to act right when it was time to act right.
Right. By the grace of God. Oops, hold on. So I'm trying to share Anastasia's thing here. So bear with me here. Let me get this up and running. Here it is. So here is the apparel, and I'm going to put this back up here as well. So that is KM3 Customs, and she is a designer that makes workout gear. And let's see, it says boldness, fearless, determined. I actually like that. I'm going to check her out because, like I said, I'm actually looking for workout gear. And I would love to be able to tell people that I'm wearing something that is Black owned. So if you guys are interested in workout, and we all should be working out, the new year is coming up. We should be working out, right? And so Donovan, show your t-shirt again. So that t-shirt actually is a very good friend of ours by the name of Terry. And he has a clothing line called Evolve Gear. And it says, to win, you have to lose fear. It has writing all up and down the sleeves and on the back. And very nice. And Donovan and I both have t-shirts, long sleeve, Black and blue. See, it says to win, you have to lose, or win, lose fear. But very nice quality workout gear, and you can dress it up if you want. I wear them a lot if I'm traveling throughout the airport or whatever. So you guys check them out, Evolve. And Donna, if you have his website, you can put it up there as well. All right, so moving right along. Thank y'all for that. And Olivia, you're talking to Sunlight. And Frank says, we need a Black flea market. So you read all that, Donovan. Sorry about that. So, well, we need to create a Black flea market. I mean, Donovan and I actually were talking about some things last night. Donovan is looking to expand his portfolio and buying some real estate. And so we were actually talking about several business ideas that he can actually do that's really simple. So a Black flea market could be one of those. But I know they have them in Florida, in Texas, Houston. They have one. It's called the Black Market or something. They have it every first and third Saturday. I go when I can and when I remember. I'm actually got, I think it was this necklace from there, and so a whole bunch of other stuff, soaps, and just a lip gloss, a whole bunch of stuff that we need. And so yeah, let's do Black flea markets. And Sunlight says Demetra put an APB out for Pioneer. He was last seen at a Jamaican restaurant in Detroit. Okay. Well, if y'all know where the brother is, contact him and let him know. Well, maybe he's working. He said he was working like a Hebrew slave. So hopefully he's not working.
It is the holidays. A lot of people are going to be working like Hebrew slaves.
Yes, indeed. And Robin, if I didn't already, hello, how you doing? It says Phil show covered the story about the baby yesterday. That's how I learned about it. Okay, see, I knew Brother Phil was going to be on it. I already knew. So yes, go to, I don't know where it's at, if it's on the African Diaspora News channel, African Diaspora News Insider, or the Phil Scott Show, but you will find it there. See, I knew Brother Phil was going to be on it. So y'all check it out so we don't need to do it again. But I will check it out because I want to, I'm interested in learning more about it. Jafia says, if you put a teaspoon of baking soda in a gallon, it becomes alkaline water with a pH balance of at least 8.5. Okay. That's good to know because I buy the water. But yeah, I don't drink anything else but alkaline water. It's better for you. And yeah, everybody wants to know where is Pioneer. He did say that he will be working a lot, so maybe that's why he's not here. And Jafai says, yeah, Donovan, it's just a coincidence. Organless bodies are found in the Caribbean often. Yeah, we know that's not a coincidence, right? And Warrior Scholar says, yes, he is also a part owner of a cremation center placed near the south side of Chicago right after Kanika. That place got raided and busted with bodies that were supposed to have been cremated. So the dude is just riding dirty, but we haven't heard anything else about that, right? Like what's going on with it. And Honeydew says, oh man, I know his paying too many plantains is a tough situation. And Honeydew says, big ouchie, those plantains. So I must have missed something here. And Thunder says, Triple J's Barbecue in Houston. Okay, so if you guys are in Houston, check out Triple J's Barbecue. The one thing about Black people, we're going to do some barbecue, right? And so if you're going to eat barbecue, especially in Texas, there's a lot of barbecue places. Eat Black barbecue because we know how to season. Check it out. And so Donovan says the female...
And real quick, if you guys don't get a chance, Demetra's brother made this dressing rice that had everything you wanted. It was like damn near perfect. I scarfed down just a whole plate of that by myself.
And did you tell them about that drink that I got?
Yeah. She had some kind of strawberry liqueur.
Yes, strawberry liqueur. It was very nice and smooth. Donovan was like, "Shit, give me a 17th glass of that." So next time I come, Donovan, I'm actually gonna bring you a bottle. Because I know you like that. Hey Pamela, how you doing? And Sunlight says, Donovan, the feds contacted you. I'm planning my escape to Cuba. They can't touch me here or there. And Easy says, Donovan, you're killing me. So true. And Honeydew says, I swear, I can't wait to eat in Texas. I hope to visit very soon. One thing I tell you about Houston has a lot of food. It's almost like the thing to do, right? I mean, there's things to do in Houston, don't get me wrong, but there's food every freaking where.
Well, we know that because every time I look at a video of Houston, you got these big brothers with their little sweat rag walking down the street, hadn't got out of the car 5 steps, and they sweating their asses off.
Food everywhere. You know, admittedly, when I first moved to Houston, I blew up like napalm because I was eating everywhere. But thank God that I've lost that weight.
And you went back to your California senses?
Yeah. Like, okay, eat like you from California, like a bird, right? So anyway, one it says, Demetra, I'm seeing major change through the Black media loan. That is not just talk. He says now it's becoming action from the lack of votes that just happened with Georgia to other things on the virus. Yeah. So
well, you know, the Black media doesn't have a leg to stand on. I mean, the old Black media have a leg to stand on because it's the new Black media that's waking a lot of people up and telling these people ain't doing nothing for Black folks. So yeah, so now they're quiet, just like the HBCUs, the sororities, all of that stuff. Where are these folks at? Where are they at?
Right. Jafai says Calvert in the house will bring about his own demise as he is impressed with himself. This will lead him to doing something again because he is stupid enough to believe that he will get away with it again. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And now he's this hero amongst white supremacists and stuff. And so he's going to get high on his own supply.
Yeah. Eventually. And the funny thing is his mother's asking for donations for his legal fees.
I thought they did all of that already.
And it's another grift. That's what they do. They grift.
So Thunder says Lee's Burger Joint, Houston, Texas, and Chicken Plus Houston, Texas. These places have great food. All right, I have to, check those things out. I mean, I like to eat, but
yeah, dang. I mean, all these restaurants within competition of each other.
But you know what though? Forget that. We eat out and we spend money with Papa.
No, I'm just saying it's good that we have options.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. We spend money and we eat out, so it might as well be with our own people, at least 2, right? At least spend some money with our people too. And Moni says, and this is something that they never wanted for us to come together. Let's be honest, Demetra. Instead of spending money with Cyber Monday, let's spend our own money in our own Black businesses. Absolutely. Cyber Monday is coming up and they are going to want all of our money on the internet. You know, Amazon is super rich and they are balling out of control. So, why not spend with us? Take it away, Donovan. So I check my
Yes. Now I'm going to tell us for you guys, we didn't fight no civil rights movement for y'all to just, separate yourselves from all this good white man. We didn't get our heads knocked in our head to go sit at Woolworths so now y'all can separate and do your own thing. We taught y'all to spend your money with the massa because that makes the massa happy. Happy. So y'all stop trying to unite and practice group economics. We didn't teach you none of that. And that's what a lot of the older people keep saying. I will get in arguments with a lot of older people in regards to spending money and how it was before the civil rights movement. We had more doctors, we had more lawyers, we had more businesses before they taught us and everybody after us to go spend our money with Kmart, go spend our money with Walmart and all that other stuff. And then that helped cave in our economic base within our community.
Absolutely. And so let's see here. Somebody says, I think it would be a great idea for every Black person to buy Black on Black Friday, if not any other day, but preferably all the time. I bought some True detergent. I love that brand. Smells amazing. Yeah, there's a place in Houston. So that's a vegan restaurant. They actually sell it there. It's a Black-owned vegan restaurant. I can't think of it. Sunshines, I think it's called. And so when I go there, I will get some of that. And Frank says, we need more art gallery pop-ups, Black art. Yes, indeed. We do need that. If you like to decorate your houses, why not decorate it with Black art, right? It makes for a very interesting conversation piece as well. And Sunlight says, Demetra Kaye, may the force be with you. Donovan is a tough cookie. Yeah, but you just put him in a headlock and he's good. And
no, just give me some liquor and I will be the life of the party.
So Olivia says, a client of what and whom? So Donovan was a client because he was running for city council in the city that he lives, and he needed my expertise on how to walk, how to talk, how to look, all of that. He needed to be polished up. Donovan already got the gift of gab and all of that, but he just needed to be fine-tuned so that it would be more palatable to people who would be interested in voting for him. And so Donovan was actually a very good client. And I've also worked with other political candidates and polishing them. And, because it's important. People will judge you on how you look and the things that you say. They say you have one time to make a first impression. Some people will argue with that, but I believe that is true. You go into a situation and you flub it really bad and say something you didn't mean, or you walk into a room and you're not dressed appropriately. And, people, unfortunately, they do judge books by their covers. And so why not take all of that out of the way and not make that an issue and just get it over with? And you know how to speak and you know how to walk and you know how to dress and all that. All those things are very important. For example, when I come on here, I try to be as presentable as possible. I try not to come on here with bonnets. No shade to anybody who wears a bonnet. That's your thing. That's your thing. But I try not to do that because I don't want you to be distracted on the things that I'm wearing and how I look. I want you to focus on the message. And so those are the things I help my clients do. A lot of my clients don't even have a message. Let's say I've worked with quite a few music artists. No one very popular, but they're getting there. And the first thing I would ask them, so what's your message? What do you want people to know about you? And they'd be like, they didn't have a message, right? And so I help people develop a message as well. So Moni says, I definitely would like to know how much you charge. I'd like for you to show me so I can show my cousin Shay at the same time how we can post things like the videos I sent, since there is more consistency. Well, again, contact me. Yeah. Everybody is, different. You may not need what somebody else needs. So that's why I say contact you so we can have a conversation to see what it is you actually need. And so, yeah. DJ, how you doing?
And real quick, a true story about Demetra. There was a young girl running for office. Now she's a young girl and she's running, fairly, young. Politics is brutal. It's a brutal thing. This girl goes to a debate and you got to give it to her. She was prepared. This girl was so good. She was trying to answer all the questions. Okay. That's how prepared she was.
Yeah, so. I was like, sit down. Because I also go to the debates and stuff when they debate. This is, to try to give them some last minute coaching and, things like that. But yeah, she was like, wow, I was shocked. Because she started off, kind of, timid and Boy, I tell you, when she got up there, she performed so well, and she actually did really good. She didn't win, but she was young, and her first time out running for
Right.
political office, I think she came in second. If I'm
Yeah, in her district, she came in second. She didn't win the election, but she won that debate.
Yes. Oh, yes, man. And so, and DJ Bradford, how you doing? And Anastasia says these people, quote unquote, don't understand nothing but the loss of blood, family, and wealth. And sometimes they don't give a damn about the loss of family. So all that praying and crying and begging does nothing, absolutely nothing. It makes us look weak. And Donovan says, I have been fighting for a power grab, a coup here in my city. Again, guess by who? Democrats against Democrats. Yes, indeed. Donovan has had to put on his cape and go do some things. And Olivia says some things that are advertised for us to buy wasn't created by us, but pay attention because it said Sunlight may have just put us on to something too. And Thunder says, let's see here. Caffeine Coffee, Houston, Texas. No more Starbucks. Yes, I have to check that out because I like coffee. I make it at home, but sometimes I go out and buy coffee. But yeah, I would love to check them out. Oh, there's another place called I think it's black owned, so I won't say it because I'm not quite sure. I was told it is, but I like to make sure before I mention it. And Jafia says, "Uh-oh, Donovan, let me find out that you're a lush." Oh my God.
Well, I was a pilot, so what does that tell you?
And Bobby says, good food everywhere. Yes, Houston has good food everywhere. It's like, oh my God.
Not compared to Louisiana, god dang.
Well, Houston is close to Louisiana. They have boudin balls over here and all that stuff. And Anastasia says, I sent you some pictures of the Black Cosmo gear. Okay, so I'll try to get those up here in just a minute. Moni says, I'm drinking apple liqueur, Demetra. Donovan, have you tried it? You can also start drinking use some heated cognac, which is really nice when it's cold outside. Really good. Yeah, I will keep that in mind. I like to drink a little heated drink every once in a while. All right, so let's see here. Am I getting behind on my comments? Yes, I am. All right. And Jafai says, I agree, either buy black on Cyber Monday or don't buy at all. Exactly. And now listen, there's no excuse not to shop black on Cyber Monday because there's so many black businesses online that you can buy from. So there's no excuse. And he says, preach, Donovan. And Warrior Scholar says, I eat black vegan soul food vegan, and Jamaican food, island sizzle, and Jamaican cuisine in Houston. So I will put that up because I need to know where these places are. Anastasia says, Lit Candles by Tanisha, and she's on social media platforms and she sells candles and fragrances. Okay, so let me put that up here. Yeah, I mean, and we buy candles, all the time, right? I bought a black candle from Sunshine's Vegan Food. They have like a bazaar or black meetup, I guess you will, where people can sell stuff. And so I bought a candle from one of the vendors, and it smells so nice. It was lemon. I loved it. And so you guys check out this Lit Candles by Tanisha. She's on all social media platforms. If you like candles and you like some smell good, I mean, who don't, right? Check her out. And Jafia says, Donovan, I think you're being a wee bit rough on our elderly. I agree that some of them with a voice are a-holes, but most are not.
Yeah, and I'm not going to say, your opinion's wrong, but again, didn't Maxine Waters talk about she gonna get Trump out of there? She gonna do all this stuff. Didn't do it. Didn't even bust a grape. And then your boy Clyburn, he just sponsored a bill for the Native Americans in Oklahoma. He sponsored the bill to give them more money and resources. He did that. Come on now.
Yes, indeed. But I agree with you. Not all. And Easy says civil rights all stars, Donovan. And Marty says, I even like cooking lamb and curry goat and cognac and dark wines. Demetra, do you like to cook a lot with different liqueurs and wines with carrots, shallots, potatoes? It's wonderful. What's your favorite? No, I actually don't cook with any alcohol at all. I might drink it. I'm just playing. No, I don't. My cooking is not that in depth,
Yeah. Didn't Walter have lamb at his house?
Yes, he had lamb lollipops or something like that. Walter's he's something else in the kitchen, but he can cook though. And Sunlight says, anyone heard of any updates on the Black Lobster franchise? Dr. Anderson talked about it a while back when Red Lobster was rumored to be going away. No, I'm not familiar with that at all. I haven't heard anything about
Yeah,
it,
I
but
haven't heard
I'm
any follow-ups
interested.
with that. But you know what? I'm gonna write that down.
Olivia says, hey, you have to be careful, Donovan, because one of these old ladies is going to attack you, and I'm too far away to defend you. Like Miss Jerry on Martin, been a clocking with a whole sock full of nickels, quarters. And Warrior Scholar says, yes, Sunshines is Black owned. She is the daughter of the Shape. So it's SHAPE Center CEO. Okay, so I'm still learning a lot about Houston, but that's good to know. I love the food there. It is so awesome. And they also have sea mosses and a whole bunch of other Black products that you could purchase there. So whenever I'm in that area, I make sure to stop in over there and get something.
Yeah. And Olivia, well, the lady that I just bounced out of the council seat, I mean, people act like, you know, I'm attacking her just because, but this woman tried to steal a seat and I had to show her down straight out.
Yes, indeed. And Jafai, I had to put Donovan in a headlock a couple of times because he's hard-headed, but he's good now. And Alex the Great, how you doing? He says, I'm late, Black first family. Yes, indeed. He says, I have my own clothes. If you want hoodies, it's only consists of hoodies at the moment. My Greatness Gang apparel as Alex the Great. So, and Alex, you are on all platforms, I'm assuming. So that is My Greatness Gang apparel as Alex the Great. So y'all check him out. Instagram, Facebook, and all of that. I like hoodies. I know y'all like hoodies. It's cold outside, so let's get a hoodie that is owned by us. And so when people say, where did you get that hoodie? You can direct them to Alex's stuff in his website, right? Or his Instagram and all of that. And Try Allen, I'm sorry, how you doing? He says, Fuddruckers is a Black-owned restaurant. So is all of the Fuddruckers are Black owned? Because I know there are Fuddruckers. I didn't know that they were Black owned, but that's very interesting.
Yeah, or is it franchises? What you're trying to say? Are they franchisees?
Yeah. And where and which one? If you don't mind me asking, Anastasia says, so they killed a comedian because he joked about young Dolph, but George Zimmerman and Tamir Rice Killer living his best life. Kyle Rittenhouse will be fine. Yeah, that was an unfortunate situation where a comedian in Memphis was killed behind a joke that didn't even seem like it was really a joke. Killed by, I guess, some affiliates of young Dolph. And so not only was he killed, but a couple other people were shot as well. So it's a horrible situation. Things have got to change for Black people if we're going to make it, right?
Well, the good thing is you could be underage and run around with a rifle. That's good.
You got to be not all people underage, because we know there's a lot of Black brothers and sisters that's in the clink for life. That,
right, but after this trial, that's what they just said. Third gun sale. Just do that.
Don't ever get confused.
In practicality, no. But what I'm saying is, for them to do what they did was totally ridiculous.
Black people, please do not think that applies to you. Okay, that's only if you're white. That does not apply to you. Okay, and Dragon Soldier, how you doing? I appreciate the donation. You say, once you learn the white man's, ice was colder. That was it. Yeah. I don't know what you mean. You meant ice. Exactly. I mean, you know, we as Black people, we suffer from that, thinking that the white man's ice is colder. You know, we can't go and patronize our own because we want to give our money to white people. So, you know, we should at least try to find Black businesses first, because that's what everybody else does. Asians don't say, well, let me go outside of who's, you know, my community. They instinctively go to the people in their community and they circulate their dollars.
And brothers, I want you guys to go to the nail and toe shops or whatever this thing is and patrol that thing. And if you see some sisters in there, you know, straighten them up. You know what I mean? But you know,
not if you want to lose your life, brother, you might want to think twice about that. Donovan's giving some bad advice right now. Okay.
What I'm saying is, like, straighten them up and talk to them about, you know, maybe, you know, doing Black business.
Yeah. Let me know how that works for y'all. And let's see here, Donovan. So you put this, what is this?
Okay, let me talk about that. It's called, and I just got it on the thing. Uniform Beauty is dedicated to service women, but other women could use it as well. We honor brave and beautiful women who devote their lives daily to service of others. Whether you're a sailor, teacher, or a nurse, you too can be a Uniform Beauty. We offer expert-approved, cruelty-free cosmetics to women of all shades. With our cosmetics, you get to build your coverage level, whether you want a light coverage to a full coverage. Uniform Beauty got you covered. Head on over to our site for $10 off using the code "Thank You," and subscribe to our email list for exclusive discounts and to become a part of the Uniform Bay movement. Hmm.
All right,
And
now.
that's a Navy sailor, has her own little business on the side.
Cool. So shop uniformed beauty. I like that. So check that out. And Alex says, my message as an artist is that we can all be great. We don't have anything else to do but be great constantly rather growing and evolving. And so I came up with the greatness gang for the supporters. So I love that. And I'm actually going to put that up so everybody can see again. Follow Alex the Greatness Gang for his apparel. He has hoodies and things. And Mr. Hutch, how are you doing? And you say Troy Brown's Plumbing, Inland Empire, California. He's great and he is modest. And so here is his information there. If you guys are in the Inland Empire, California, so that's Riverside, Corona, Moreno Valley, and some other cities. If you're
I would have used him to change that toilet, but I said I could do it myself, so it's no big deal. But I'm
well,
sure.
Yeah, if you couldn't, it'd be nice to have Mr. Troy Brown's Plumbing, Inland Empire to do that. And so we need plumbers in our community and people who know how to do those things, right? And Anastasia says, man, screw that. Bonnets are tacky, and I don't know why people are trying to make that acceptable. And baby hair on 40-year-olds waiting, waiting for that to go to.
Well, see now, if I would have said that, all hell would have been breaking loose right now.
Well, I just, because I know people wear bonnets, and I'm not trying to shame people in doing that. I just know that's something I will not do. I will not be on here wearing a bonnet or anything else. I just think that we should, especially if we're on public platforms, we should be as presentable as possible, because what's the most important is the message, is not, people being distracted by how you look. So
you see, Demetra got me wearing this jacket, right?
Well, I mean, as long as you don't wear that Speedo, we're good. So yeah, you should be, I think people should be most presentable as possible so people could take you seriously. And Sunlight says, Donovan, facts, Louisiana is number one. Talk about in food. And Moni says, Demetra, really changing lives with your platform. But when you speak on the field, Phil Scott show, a lot of your spots are only 3 minutes. Will you be doing some more longer ones anytime soon? I can. I mean, I never really think about doing longer shows because I know a lot of times people have attention span is very short. So I try to get to the point really quick. But every once in a while, I wouldn't mind doing something that's a little bit longer. But I don't know. I just never thought about it. But it is some food for thought, definitely. But there's a lot of other content on there that's longer than 3 minutes. And Warrior Scholar says Houston is the New Orleans since Katrina. Don, you don't know, that H-Town has become Crawfish Central. Laugh out loud. Yes, indeed. There is a lot of, but a lot of the seafood places are owned by Asians, like the crab boils and stuff like that. So we should support our own. And Moni says, I would love to vote for Donovan anytime he makes a lot of great fun things. But California is a hard place to stay, especially for Black people. Unfortunately, will you run again, Donovan?
Absolutely not, because what I found is that community watchdog, I have more power to do what I want to do and not be subjected to the rules of the game, which is, think about it. If you ever go to city council, you could sit up there and just call these people out, whatever you want to say, and you got to sit there and take it. You got to sit there and take it because it look bad on you to respond in a negative way. You got to be really thick-skinned to do that. And even though I could do it, no, like I said, when this coup actually happened, I was called as I just got home. And they're like, Donovan, you got to get down there. And I went down there and all hell broke loose. 4 sheriffs met me at the door.
Yes, indeed. And Olivia says, that sounds nice. I'm drinking 1 shot every 15 minutes of vodka. Ooh, how you feeling? Thunder says a lot of Houston and Galveston families are from Louisiana, and that was way before Katrina. And if if to go to Galveston to the Strand looks like the French Quarters. Okay, that's where I haven't been yet. Is Galveston? Maybe I'll go sometime in the next couple of weeks as I'll have a little bit of spare time. I'll go and check that out. And Moni says, Demetra, I couldn't agree with you more. The news stories that I sent you that did back to back in this apartment building was based on how both me and my cousin looked. The reporters what you all said. Okay. And Anastasia says, well, we make sure it's truly Black owned because they will do us like Jay-Z in New York and own only 0.1% of the company I've seen minority owned, and it's a white woman. Yes, you have to be very careful and make sure that you vet these businesses because they know that black owned is trendy. If you say your business is black owned, people will go and, try to support it, but oftentimes it is not. Just like a lot of hair products that used to be black owned, but is now owned by a white corporation. And so you have to be careful and make sure that you're actually supporting black businesses. So very good point. And Ais, he says Brussels sprouts are the best. Yeah, I actually made some at my younger brother's house on Thanksgiving. They were quite good. I like Brussels sprouts. And Moni says, do you do phone counseling or video counseling to help a person to be able to display their stuff better on YouTube, Demetra? Yes. So I guess I should have said that. One thing about the pandemic, it has helped a lot of people be able to work online. And so, yes, what I will do is send you a link to meet me on StreamYard. It won't be live, obviously. And then it will be just like me and Donovan are. And we'll converse and see what it is we need to do. And we'll go from there. So it is kind of face-to-face, but it's online. We could do telephone if you like, but if you're computer savvy and you have internet, I think this is the best way. That way we can, be in the same space, if that makes any sense. And Jafia says, maybe Clyburn is Native American. Y'all never know. I myself have tribal identification as I am from the Shinnecock Nation. I know I jacked it up. It says, however, I am Black first. Okay.
Yeah, Clyburn's not Native American. He even admitted that himself. So he's not Native American. He's a Negro.
Mm-hmm. And Donovan, I saw that site, but it's not up anymore. And that's okay. And then Honeydew says, shout out to Milagros Agave Tequila, room temperature, no lime, no chase. I'm fine. It's fairly smooth. Okay, so is that a Black owned company as well? Do tell. And Anastasia says, new vegan cafe in DC is Black owned, and they make drummies taste like real chicken. Okay. So if I'm ever in a DC area, I would love to check that out. I love looking for vegan spots when I'm out and about. So that's good to know. New vegan in DC. And Anastasia says, check out the Hip Hop Museum in DC. It's amazing. Yes. I heard that it was. So I guess I have to take a trip to DC. I actually have a plane ticket that I need to use by June. And so I'm just trying to figure out where I'm going to go. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be DC. And Moni says, Donovan, if you do run again, I wish you a lot of luck. I think change is going to be good going into the year of the tiger, which is 2022, and the year of the rabbit as well. It'll bring better opportunities. I think that's what you meant to say.
Right. Well, here's the thing, Moni, real quick. I'm 51 years old. And the problem that we're having in our politics, do you guys realize the baby boomers have ran this country into the ground based on the policies that they projected when they became into power? So if I'm 51 and I'm smart enough to realize it's kind of passed me by, let's let these younger people come in and, make better decisions for the 21st century. I think they're better equipped to make those decisions.
And Thunder, you say, let's see, is that where I'm at? Thunder, you said the government of Louisiana was Bernardo de Galvez, and he is who Galveston Island was named after. And there were 3 points of entry into the U.S. back then: San Francisco, New York, and Galveston Island. Well, come on with the history. Thank you for that. And Honeydew says, no, you didn't, Olivia Seymour. Ain't no shame. I know Burnett's. It comes in gin and vodka, I believe. Love it. Marty says, Demetra, please let us know if you're going to do a show Tuesday and Friday, and what are the times Eastern Standard Time, so I don't miss out. I definitely want to come on the show, either me or my cousin. Well, you tell me when you want to come on, and I will make a special occasion for you, but I am waiting for you to give me the go-ahead, and I'll send you a link, and y'all can come on here. And Anastasia says, when I was in Mississippi, I would interview Black businesses for Black Friday's free advertisement, and some of them didn't want the white folks to know they were our Black-owned business. Yes, so that's another thing. But, it's kind of understandable if you think about it, because, for one, they don't want them to come in and try to ruin it or do something to them and all of that. And a lot of times we as Black people hide our Blackness per se, even if it's in business, because we want to appeal to everybody, right? We don't want to run off people and stuff, but it's like, I get it, because if more Black people would support Black businesses, then they would be less concerned about running off the other money, right? So I guess I kind of understand it. And Abdallah, how you doing? It says, greetings from the Gambia to all. Yes, indeed. And how's everything over there? And Moni says, Demetra, please let us know. Okay, I read that already. Sorry about that. And Jafai says, bonnets are so tacky. Well, like I said, I just know that it's not something I would do. I'm not knocking anybody who wants to, but I would never be seen on here with one on. I will try to be as presentable as possible and try. Alan says the largest franchise owner and the first African American to have total ownership of a national, I think you meant franchise or chain. So it says Fuddruckers. I better slow down when I say that. Fuddruckers is Black owned, so that is good to know. I will have to check that out.
Yeah, wasn't Famous Amos a Black cookie company before he sold it? But
Yes.
That was like a big one as well.
And my grandmother, my mom's side, was like, that was my recipe, and he stole my recipe. And Anastasia said, man, please, we had brothers try to help these women, and guess what? They got cussed out and almost beat down for trying to protect them from getting their butts beat by Asian. It's a lost cause. That's why I said, be careful. Jafai says, Donovan, is that a female pit? That's a beautiful dog.
Oh, no. She's nowhere near a pit. She's a box tour, mixed between a boxer and a Boston Terrier. So
yes, indeed. And Olivia says, take that jacket off, Donovan, and put your Speedo on, please. Is that the dog you were walking yesterday and didn't show him in the pic? So it's a her. Yes. Don't be asking for no Speedo pics on here, okay? You asking for.
You might think I'm deformed.
You're gonna be like, I should have had a V8. Mr. Johnson, how you doing? You say, hello, family. I'm recovering from from a heart attack. I feel great now that I'm here with you guys. Peace and love. No, a heart attack. Oh my God. Well, I hope that you are doing much better. I hate to hear that happen to you. Please, whatever it is, don't stress. I don't know what it is, but we need you here. We need your knowledge and your wisdom. So please do much healing. And my gosh, I'm sorry that you had a heart attack. So, please be well. And Moni says, I had to step away for a moment. Demetra, to forgive me, I would be interested in doing an Oriental forecast for the show. Going to be real interesting under Tiger coming 2022. Well, you know what? Why not? Let's set it up and see what happens. You can read Donovan, we see your cat's butthole. Why is your cat showing us its butt?
He's letting us know how he feels about the human race.
I guess, okay. Marnie, that should be interesting. Olivia says, yeah, it's very stressful and you don't need that, Donovan. I feel pretty good, Demetra. It's not an all the time thing, so it's okay. Hey, listen, sister, do you. You ain't got to explain nothing to us. If you want to do it every day, that's on you. I just want to know if you feel good. And Marnie says, I say it's time to kick the old bones out. I feel once you get 75, you shouldn't even be in office. It's one thing if you're wrapped up, but when they get older, they get senile and feeble-minded, delirious. Yeah, disastrous, I'm sorry. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, Maxine is 83 years old and going strong.
Or is she? And Olivia says, I'm literally cooking Brussels sprouts right now. And what are you having with it? I sometimes make them by themselves. Marty says, I'm truly missing a pioneer. He's not out here, Demetra. He's probably working. Oh, is he not in Detroit, or he's missing? Somebody put an APB out on the pioneer. And Olivia says, so you're talking to Sunlight. And Marty says, Demetra, you can buy the rose water, the kind that you cook with. You can put it in a bottle and spray it as a toner on your face every time you get out of the shower. It really hydrates the skin and body. Yeah, I like rose water, but I try to keep things very simple. And Anastasia says, Tea Capri tequila owned by a Black woman, but it's only sold in Maryland and DC. All right, so if you all in the area, and I wonder if she sells it online by any chance. And Olivia, you say, Donovan, are you watching the game above your head again?
Just updates in case any new Black news comes in.
Yeah, right. And he says, your team must be losing.
Oh, they did. Did you watch the Dallas Cowboy game on Thanksgiving? I'm a long-suffering Cowboy. That's why I'm the Cowboy. I don't wait until the end of the season because they're going to disappoint us every year. 27 years waiting for another championship. That's ridiculous.
Okay. And Jafia, you say the Fuddruckers franchise is now owned by a Black HBCU alumni. Nicholas Perkins acquired the Fuddruckers franchise for an estimated $18.5 million. Okay, well, that is dope.
Wait, I thought Magic Johnson made a major purchase of Fuddruckers at one time, or was that something else?
I'm not for sure, but I will check it out. That's good to know. And Easy says, no Black man in Speedos. Right. Some Black men can.
I was in the Seychelles minding my own business, and this Italian lady comes and happens to inquire what I was doing there.
Some Black men can actually wear Speedos and be just fine. That's not a good thing, okay? Pamela says Donovan is cold. Yeah, he's probably cold, but he was definitely cold. So he says in the Seychelles when he had a Speedo on.
Everywhere we go, we go there when the water's cold. I don't understand it.
So again, guys, if you're on Facebook and you're watching this somewhere, you want me to read your comment, click on the link, and I would love to do that. And thank you, Marcus. And Sunlight says, laugh out loud. Yeah, right, exactly. And Javiah says, happy that you are doing much better, Mr. Johnson. Yes, indeed. We are sad to hear that you had a heart attack, but I'm glad that you're doing much better. And Thunder says, Uncle Nearest Whiskey Black owned, and the story goes he was the slave that taught Jack Daniels. Yes, so I heard that as well. Come on now. We know damn well that they steal everything. I actually did a story. It's not up yet for the African Diaspora News Channel of a Black man by the name of John Young, who is the actual creator of Buffalo Wings. And white people stole it and passed it off as their own. You know, what's new, right? So, and Eli says, what a cat. Yes, indeed. Says cute cat. Pamela says silly cat. And Olivia says, okay, I won't ask for it here anymore. I'll send a special request on IG later. I'm just joking, y'all. I just wanted to see him smile more. Yeah, you're going to have to, the Speedo thing, y'all going to have to do that on your own time. I've seen it once.
Hey, you have to be very confident in yourself to walk out with Europeans. Because I was the only brother in our whole adventures that would walk out there in some Speedos. And the whole time I'm walking, the sisters are like this. And the women are just like,
Nah, they was going like this, but they went.
What was that lady that said po thing?
What are you gonna do with that?
Well, the point is, I was confident.
Yes, you were, brother. Yes, you were. I will give you that. Kevin says, thank you for that. You guys are a genuine part of my Healing Great shows. Well, thank you for that. But yes, please let us know how you are progressing along. Jafia says, at 75, you should be enjoying the rest of your days, not holding office. I agree with you 100%. And
wait, and then real quick, Mr. Johnson, did they ever clarify what type of heart attack you had? Because I know there are different categories. The Widowmaker is like the top. I had a friend that had a heart attack about a month ago. He had a Widowmaker. So, but he survived it. Thank God.
And Moni says, it's too bad, Demetra, we don't have enough people that make knitted cape, ponchos, hats, and scarves, dresses, and skirts. Donovan, doesn't your niece knit? Yeah, we should.
She draws. She does it all.
Yeah, we should get her information. Warrior Scholar says, right now, I'm finishing up the scalloped potatoes to go with Cajun salmon and blackened Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. Man, y'all doing some cooking. You know, I made bean soup today, and my daughter made some cornbread to go with it. So it was pretty good, if I say so myself. And but that sounds good, Warrior Scholar. And Jafia says that was Starbucks, Donovan.
Yeah. I know that, and Demetra knows Magic is really big here in Southern California. They had the Magic Theater, you had Starbucks. He also bought part of the LA Sparks. He's always a part investor in a lot of outright businesses. So.
And Olivia says, I never heard of cats doing these things. I've only heard of cats and one dog. I've only had a cat and one dog in my life, and I've never experienced the weirdness. Yes, I watched it. The now matriarch in the family is a big Cowboys fan. Okay. And Donnie says, I think that Donovan needs a fans only page. Yes, I think so too. I agree with you 100%. He needs to be on there to do his own thing in his Speedo. Donovan Speedo should be the name of the channel.
And I have a little performance in me, so
Hence the word little.
Hit the song Addictive.
Hit the song Itsy Bitsy Spider.
What you working with?
Shit. Stop telling that damn lie to people. Women, this is a commercial break. Stop lying to these brothers. Talking about it's not the size that matters. It's how you use it. Shit.
Well, in my defense, and I'm not talking about any of the ladies that are good friends of mine, but some of y'all, it's like throwing a sausage down the hallway.
Listen, don't blame her for your shortcomings. Okay? All right. Anna, he says Brussels sprouts with king oyster mushrooms and yellow onion sauteed over quinoa rice. That sounds really, really good. Oh, I was just showing us your cat. I was like, please don't let us be showing us his Speedo.
Yeah, I'm on the show with nothing on it and below, right?
Oh gosh. And Anna says only confident men wear Speedos.
Well, okay, wait. Let me say this. I do a lot of traveling, right? Now in Europe, European Speedos is the common thing you wear. That's how they can tell who are tourists and versus the people who actually live there, and and the people that have a little whatever you want to call it. So yeah. So if you're in Europe, most people wear European Speedos. That's the style that you wear there. When in Rome, you do as the Romans, correct? But no, we're Americans. We're gonna do what we want to do.
You wasn't in Europe, brother. You was not in Europe.
The Seychelles is a colony of Europe. And most of the people we hung out with were what? Italians.
I didn't hang out with no white people in the Seychelles. That was you frolicking with white women in the water.
They came up to me. I was minding my own business.
And he says, buy a briefs over boxers any day. Okay. And Olivia says, yes, I did watch that yesterday. I wasn't surprised at all about a black man being the creator. It always happens, nothing new. Absolutely. And Olivia says, I do that too. That's amazing. And Brother Samuel, how you doing? And Jafia says, yes, Magic also has a Starbucks and MJ Theater in Harlem. Okay. And Honey says,
but didn't he divest from all that and went to do he bought the Dodgers and got into the real big money?
Possibly, I don't know. And Honeydew says, oh, the fantasy of what's in those Speedos and what it could do, but poor little engine we can work it out, Daddy.
Hey, for 5 to 7 minutes, that's the best 5 or 7 minutes of your life.
You put more on that 5 to 7 minutes that was actually in your Speedos, but okay. Jafia says, ouch. And Anastasia is confident and dead ass wrong. And Jafia says, oh, damn, Itsy Bitsy Spider, dang D. I'm just saying. And Sunlight says, I ain't going to say nothing. Laugh out loud. Well, tell you what, Donovan, if you're so confident, send me a picture and I'll put it up here.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a picture. Now remember, I have to wrap it up on one of my thighs, but that's okay. All right. Fellas, how many of us have to do the comb over? We have to brush it down.
That's disgusting. Honeydew says, nope. Donovan, nope. And Thunder says, Donovan dancing to the song, do you believe in miracles? Do you? I believe in miracles.
What's the name of the band that sang that song?
Uh, I I don't know. I forget.
It's something chocolate. I forget, but something chocolate.
Or by the Culture Club. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Okay, for real though. Olivia says it wouldn't work out too well if I'm his only fan on the show. Anyone else want to come to the show with me? Yeah, take a friend. He needs all the support he can get.
I mean, comedy night is going to be on Tuesdays. So.
Right. And Sunlight says, at Demetra, stick and move, laugh out loud. You're quick on your feet, sis. Well, thank you. And Anastasia says, please show the black. Oh, yes. Cosmo picture, please. Okay, so Donovan, take over for just a second while I
Yes. Okay, the Cosmo picture, and Honeydew says, damn, at Thunder. Sunlight is laughing. Y'all have me laughing for real. That was a hell of an explanation, Donovan. Don't get the epic fail button. So 5-7, right? 5 to 7 minutes. That's right. 5 to 7. Best time of your life. Yeah, Sunlight, y'all killing me. Jafia says, Donovan, why don't you just whip it out so all those overheated women can cool off? That would be a federal crime, wouldn't it? Indecent exposure or not representing the goods properly. Fraud. And Moni says, so Demetra, I like to know what the telephone that we have, is it a way that we can talk to you while being on the show, but it doesn't show your face just to keep down retaliation? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You can do that on this platform, because you could put a little thing out. Like I'll do it real quick for you. You stop camera and then your thing pops up just like that. And you could go on the show without having to show your face or anything like that. And Olivia says, not the thigh, Donovan, just be quiet, please. Hey. I'm a skinny man. And you know what that rumor says about skinny men? The big women ain't with us just because we're skinny. Demetra's face is priceless. Now, for real, that is too much meat with the wrapper. Yes, hot chocolate. That's the group. Yes, I believe in miracles. And the lead singer was who? Montel Williams.
Quit lying.
Well, he looked like Montel Williams. Montel Williams looked like him.
So anyway, this is from blackcosmo.com. And Anastasia, you sent me quite a few things, but I thought this was probably the best one that I could put up. They have phone covers and t-shirts and a whole bunch of other stuff. But as you can see here, here's a Black Cosmo unisex jacket. And I'm assuming it has to do with astrology. I don't know. But it's very nice. I like it. So if you guys are interested, go to blackcosmo.com and you could probably see it up here to check that out. All right. And so let's see here. Where did you leave off, Donovan?
Right there with Anastasia. Those white women know a military man. They just wanted to get to the big PXBX. You're absolutely right.
Okay, got it. Because I saw one I was glad I didn't have to read. Marty said, Donovan, I really do believe anyone from ages 30 to a max of 69 can do one, not over 2 terms in office, whether they're state rep or senator, and make effective change. Not everybody has brains.
But my thing is, when you get to that age, shouldn't you be enjoying your retirement? Shouldn't you be enjoying your grandkids? Where is it that we've been brainwashed to think we're supposed to work until we're just absolutely dead and in the ground and broken?
Right, and still talking about I'm late for work. Olivia says, my face is literally red. Stop it. And you also say, I know it, laugh out loud. And Anastasia says, if you got to talk about it that much, we know you ain't hanging in. It was a song by Hot Chocolate. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying. Y'all know I would never lie to you. I was just there, right? I was on the beach, taking in the nice ambiance of the waves and the breeze and stuff. And then all of a sudden, here comes this little black toothpick. I mean, Donovan walking on the beach with some Speedos on. And I was like, well, this should be interesting. Hopefully a little bird doesn't come down and think it's a worm or something. But as I was standing there, a white lady moseys up, and yeah, I couldn't hear the conversation, but I imagine it was like, so you come here often, Big Daddy? And, Donovan was probably like, well, I'm not really into snow bunnies, but as soon as my friend Demetra over there, who happens to be pro-Black and is going to tell everybody is not looking, I'll slide you my number. I don't know what was said, but I got a vivid imagination. So I think that's probably how it went. I could be wrong. And Jafia says, skinny men's pelvic bones. I can't breathe. Okay, wait. Skinny men's pelvic bone can
mess you up if you're an average sized woman. That's right. That's right. That's why you see these big women always want these skinny dudes. Have you guys ever wondered why that is? I mean, you got to have something with you to get with these big women.
That almost took me all the way out. Brother Sammy says, Donovan, you remind me of something my older brother used to say, laugh out loud with that hallway comment. He would say, it's not my fault you messed yourself up with those horses. Saying, don't blame me, laugh out loud. See, again, y'all just don't want to talk about your shortcomings, huh? Olivia says, that is a really nice jacket. Yes, it is. blackcosmo.com. And it's up here, you guys, the website and all of that. And Anastasia says, size doesn't matter. If these big people were so good, why are all these unsatisfied women around? It's like having a hero sandwich with no meat. I couldn't have said it any better. Easy says, Donovan, and I thought it's the shoe size. Donovan, what size shoe you wear?
14. I'm like Sideshow Bob on The Simpsons.
Donovan's lying, okay? Olivia says, not the little worm, Demetra. Laugh out loud, I can't tonight. Yeah, Jafia, she says, I'm going to say it like she typed it, like she wanted to type it. A 14? Because he lying.
Now, you guys know we're also on here for edutainment. So Demetra's saying these things because, she's just trying to get you guys to.
Well, I also want to say this because this could come off wrong. I personally don't know firsthand what Donovan is working with. I just know what I saw while I was minding my Black business on the beach.
The water was cold.
Costa Rica. Y'all remember that suntan line I showed y'all I had for months in Costa Rica? It was hot. What was your excuse then, brother?
Some of my meds weren't working right.
Viagra?
No, my meds for my condition. It does shrinkage. Fellas, help me out on this one. Come on, we got to stick together.
I'm just saying, I have no firsthand knowledge of any of this. I just telling y'all what I accidentally saw, and I was like,
oh, well, let me say this.
14.
Well, let me say this. My wife was 6'1", correct?
She was
235 pounds, possibly, and very satisfied.
Okay. If you say so, brother, I have to take you in her word for it. Where am I? Moni, you say, Donovan, 27 years is nothing to have a win for 65 years. That is what this lousy Detroit Lions, I think they should take them all the way off as sports team. They never win nothing. They suck.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though, Moni. A lot of people don't really realize this in sports. Do you really think that these owners care if they win the Super Bowl or not, or the championship? When you've got a franchise that's worth over $1 billion every year in profit, do you really care? You're winning the Super Bowl every year, one way or the other.
Yeah, I guess, the Detroit Lions, they are like the bad news bears to some degree. Um
Tell me if that's not Montel Williams. Tell me if that's not Montel Williams.
Okay, so Thunder says y'all are in rare form this evening. And Olivia says, all right, now, Donovan, I was about to have your back for a minute until the size 14. So you knew he was just straight up lying. Straight up lying.
Hey, wait. There was a book written by a chick known as Corinne Stephens, and she had got with Shaq. She named Shaq in the thing. Now, what Shaq wears a what? 16?
Is it like a 24 or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. And she was like, he wasn't working with nothing.
I mean, he's like 7 feet, so maybe in comparison to how tall he was, maybe.
Corinne Stephens about 5'4" and a regular, I guess, looking type chick. And she said he wasn't working with anything.
I mean, with all that money, he could buy him some more. You know what I'm saying? I would think. And Anastasia says, Demetra, I sent you the picture of hot chocolate, and Donovan knows that man looks like him. Yeah. We can't hear you.
I gotta grow my mustache back. We'd be a dead ringer. Dead ringer.
Oh my God. Kinda, yeah, I can see the resemblance. And GA Fit Health, how you doing? He says, what the hell? Right, like what did you stumble upon, right? Okay. And Olivia says, good thing that isn't live because I am purple. Well, we're live here. How much you have to drink? And Easy says, that was a linebacker.
Oh, she was built. Now she had curves and everything. She was built, and she tossed me all over the place.
He says she ragdolled him often. He liked to be ragdolled. So Jafai says, damn, Donovan, sounds like you had to crawl up in it. Olivia says, well,
I miss that woman.
And Olivia says, well, it's live, but I'm not on the screen. I'm really purple. Okay. Morning says, I think it's sexy, Donovan, that you like cats, but I would love to see you with some exotic ones like a savannah or a sphinx. They say a man that loves cats can really appreciate a woman.
Yes. She understands it. But those cats you're talking about, those are thousands of dollars. This little joker here, he's a feral. He just happened to choose me, and he's been here ever since.
Yes, Jafia, her name was Superhead. And Olivia says, yes, he could pass for his brother, the Vixen chick. And Easy says, well, I've been told shoe size is not always accurate. So I've heard. And Marty says, Demetra, leave my gorgeous brown. Demetra, leave my gorgeous brown sugar alone. I think you're packing. It's good and it looks delicious. Something you can sip up on a warm day and make it cold when it's hot outside. Now we are talking about, what are we talking about here?
Now, I will say this, and Demetra, I say this to guys all the time, and especially when I was in the military. I would tell these young guys, stop bragging on what you're working with. Stop doing that. I said, because these women talk, and when one and you know how it was on the base, if one finds out, everybody else finds out. So what I do is I keep expectations low, and then when they get there, they're like, damn,
I could have had a V8.
At least they go, ooh, it's not 4. Thank God. Whew.
Shut up, Demetra. You said enough. Be quiet. Olivia says, video vixen, my ex-fiance was 6'7", and it was tucked in, only a small berries hanging. I'm sorry?
Yeah, what was it called? A fold over. You got to do a fold over.
My apologies. I'm sorry you had to go through that. And he says, am I the only one that thought that was Donovan?
If I grew my mustache back, I would have thought that was me.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's see here. And Thunder says, not gonna lie, that's a nice mustache. Okay, you know what though? The older ladies will like that, Thunder. So maybe you might want to get into that. That reminds them of back in the 70s, the
Gotta have
porn
that pot
fashions.
liquor. Gotta have that pot liquor. That's what my aunts were saying. So I figured out what they were talking about.
I ain't never heard that before. And Thunder says, damn, like that old song, Stand Up in It. Talk about your ex. And Honeydew says, now that no, that Speedo needs a wrap. And throw it away. And Olivia says 7 inches, size 15 shoe in black. He doesn't even have a complete 3 inches. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to endure that. And GA Fit Healthy cracking up. Y'all crazy. And Anastasia says, the myth is a lie. Not all Black men have a baby arm, and not all other races are small. Trust me, it's a lie. I have to take your word for it.
I remember back in the day, especially at the base, I saw a lot of Asian men dating Black women. I really did.
Okay. Marty says, on a serious note, when it comes to animals here in Michigan, we have a dog law in 1918 that says that all animals must be on a leash when you have them in public. Idiots here won't put their animals on a leash. We have that here too.
That's probably universal because of the insurance claims and stuff. As you know, and a lot of people don't know this. If you buy a house, you're only allowed to have certain dogs. There's like a top 10 list of dogs. I think it's top 20 now of dogs you can't have. And if you have them, your property insurance will drop you if you have those type of dogs.
I see. Probably a pit bull or something like that.
Yeah, pit bull, German shepherds are on there, Rottweilers. There's a list, and and if they come to your house and inspect and see that type of dog, they can drop you from your insurance.
GA Fit Health says, what? And Olivia says 7 inches, 7-inch size 15 shoes. So that's more appropriate, you're saying? Okay. And GA Fidel says, stop the badness. Jafar says, nah, Donovan, you are better looking. Also, you're saying you're better looking than hot chocolate.
Well, wait, what was the other guy that was around when Hot Chocolate was singing that song? Remember that song? Everybody was kung fu fighting. Yeah. And he had this little thing and he was kind of messed up and stuff. And that was his own. He was a one-hit wonder as well. I forgot his name.
And Easy says, damn, this conversation went from Black businesses to what you working with. That's Donovan. You always want to bring up his damn Speedos. And that is, if that was a Black business, it would be bankrupt. Okay.
No, I had to close the doors. I was done. I was finished.
He went out of business for having a shortage in product. Okay. There was a kink in the supply chain.
Yeah, the supply chain. It wasn't me. It was the supply chain.
Oh boy. And then Moni said, Donovan, I would love to have you on Donovan, I would love to have you on a fans only platform in the golden night right after midnight Eastern Standard Time. See what you're working with. Birthday suits only.
I better start doing my sit-ups because I'm starting to get that belly. I got to stop drinking. I really got to stop drinking.
And Olivia says, no lie, he's a comedian and he makes fun of his own thing on stage. Okay. Wow. And Thunder says, Magnum PI mustache. Yes, indeed. Jafari says, a lot of Black women are dating Asian men because they want mixed children.
Some of the most beautiful kids I've ever saw were like mixed, especially when it comes to the female persuasion. I've seen some beautiful they call them Blasians, Blasian women, Korean and Black, Japanese and Black, beautiful, because they might have an Asian look, but have the sister skin and the sister body.
Olivia says, I'm saying he was over 7 feet tall. Oh, over 7 feet tall, and he had an inchworm. My apologies for you.
It happens. It happens.
For that, what you had to endure. You should be able to sue him over that or something, I would think. Lorna says, I must say that they really become intimidated with a lot of Black men, especially if they were well endowed, and they become so intimidated that they can even be violent. This is from the time of history. Yes, indeed. And
a lot of white women vetted Black men. They, the husband thinking, oh, he'll be a good working buck. But the white women were like, hey, I need him to work on the side.
And he says, Carl Douglas Kung Fu fighting. Okay. Come on with the knowledge. And Brother Sammy says, holistic way to tell the short nose, long, male, female, also distance from heel to hand. Is though tip through a tip of middle finger in general for both, according to late Dr. Africa. Okay, so you're basically saying from here. Okay, wait, no. From the heel of the hand to the middle finger. No, so hold your finger up from from the heel of your hand to your middle finger. That's about how long or big it's supposed to be.
It's the same distance, really. This is the same as your shoe size right here. This is almost
okay, so that's supposed to be your shoe size, but he's saying this is supposed to be your thing size.
That's the historical thing. It's pretty close.
So then now y'all know I'm telling the truth about the Speedo. Okay.
Do you see this hand? I can palm a basketball. What are you talking about?
And Moni says, wrap it up, Donovan. I would love to see what it looks like. It's going to be gorgeous day in the neighborhood. Stop poking fun of him, Demetra. I don't think he's just tiny weenie. At least he's not pink. I haven't seen it personally. I don't know. Okay. I'm just telling you what I kind of saw on the beach. Okay. Anastasia, he says, Carl Douglas is Donovan's uncle. Damn. And who's that? Junior? Mama used to say.
Yeah. I love that song. That was a cool video too.
It looked like y'all could be related too. And Olivia said the most beautiful kids I ever seen were and are Black. You know what? I was waiting for somebody to say it. That's why I didn't say nothing, because I knew somebody was gonna get on top of it. Beautiful and clean, complected rather, Black, beautiful hair. Yes, indeed. And Jafar says, wow, if I was a man, I would have more than 3.5 inches. Sad. Morning says, I will say this much, Demetra. It says, thank God we have melanated skin. Our skin is not pink, full of wrinkles and liver spots, unlike the oppressor and their offspring. This is why they kill us, because of melanin. Yes, indeed. Olivia says, Donovan, just stop it. Laughing my ass off. And Gilvetta says, my, what did I walk into here? If I told you, you wouldn't believe it. You're going to have to watch the replay. And Anastasia says, damn that my kids are beautiful. And they mixed with Black and Black, period. Yep, I knew somebody was going to get him. And Anastasia says, yes, Junior. And Thunder says, well, in that case, E.T. phone home. And Olivia says, do I need to start calling you Peony, Donovan? Oh.
Well, whenever I would hear people talk about, maybe this, or I heard a rumor or something, my answer, this is what my mom told me, how to answer that. Oh, that's interesting information, but I like to form my own opinion.
If you were on the beach, you would have a pretty good opinion. Monty says, I'm already there. Tell me the time so I can look in, and I hope it be at night so I really enjoy myself looking. I'm going to put on the special glasses to see up close. I don't.
As I've said, it's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the ocean.
I don't don't think Moni meant it like that, but she says.
I know how she meant it. Yeah, I know how she meant it.
She says, I'm going to put on some special glasses to see up close. I don't want to miss out on anything.
Trust me. I thought, look, how many of you guys saw the movie Blazing Saddles? Remember when the sheriff showed up at the town and he was like, let me whip this out. What? Everybody went, that's how.
Oh my God.
What a day. Hey, it is good to be laughing and doing that with everything that's going on in the world. So that's a plus. But let's get ready to wrap this up here.
Yes, let's just wrap this up. But Moni, I want to say, bring you some binoculars, okay? Gloria Scholar says, it's good for men to be able to help women have some good laughs when dealing with the issues we deal with here, even if the jokes are on us. Sis Demetra has earned it. Yes, indeed. You got to laugh sometimes and stop from crying, right? But of course, it's all in fun. Moni says, so Donovan, are you saying this week, Tuesday and Friday, you guys are going to be on? I just want to make sure, since you wasn't on Tuesday of this week. Not that I know of.
Yeah, I'm going to be on my podcast Tuesday for sure. Tuesday for sure. So I'll send you a link or whatever to let you know. Olivia
said, there goes the stuttering, laughing my ass off. Which ocean and how far will you be from the damn shore, Donovan? Jafia says, love Blazing Saddles. Yes, indeed. And Moni
and
says,
who helped write the screenplay for Blazing Saddles other than Mel Brooks? Supposed to star in the movie.
Who?
Richard Pryor.
Okay. I started to say that, but I didn't want to be wrong. So yes, you guys all have a great weekend. Hit the like button, please, if you do not mind. Of course, we have a Cash App, Venmo, PayPal to help donate to the show to keep it going. It's nice to support Black media. You guys get the information you won't get anywhere else. And so, this is actually a Black business. So if you want to support that, we will love if you do that. So anyway, you guys, please have a great week. And don't forget to support the Black businesses that we put up here. And if you forgot what they are, go through the comment section and you will see them. And hopefully you can find something from those businesses that you can buy or somebody else you might know will buy.
Now, real quick, is there any particular business that you would recommend, especially since you're there in the Houston area, that maybe somebody they don't know about?
Yes, indeed. And Anastasia, I will show those pictures if I can remember the next time around. But yes, Donovan does look like Junior. And Carl Douglas, I'm not sure. But anyway, y'all, so we will be back next Sunday for sure. If something comes up throughout the week, we will come on here. I'm going to be putting some more videos up on my channel, not live, but, other videos as well. So you guys, thank you, Donovan, for being here and helping us be entertained, if you will. It's all in fun and love. And thank you, Marcus Guide, for everything you do behind the scenes on Facebook and making the show go further. And Olivia says, can you both decide to have an extra day for the musical history?
Oh, wow. Yes. We got to do that one day. Music, maybe movies.
Yeah, I'll let Donovan spearhead that because he's really the aficionado on music and movies and stuff. So I'll just sit here and eat popcorn maybe. And yes, indeed, Brother Samuel, peace unto you as well. So we will see y'all next week. And you guys, please have a great, safe, blessed week and do something fun. Peace.